Today is our first program for the new year. We've been through a lot this past month and a half, and new hope, new beginnings, new resilience, new all that. And happy to have as a guest on the Fame Game a lady whose father I've known for many years, who's been on one of my talk shows, whose brother has also been on my talk shows, a very good friend, but the first time that I'm having her on any of my talk shows, the gorgeous Darshi Keerthisena.
Hi Kumar, hi Rosette.
Welcome to Fame Game. It's a pleasure having you because we feel privileged because you have not done much television shows or
Why?
any shows in front of the camera.
I have been avoiding the video camera as much
Avoid
as
ourselves.
possible.
What's the reason?
Camera shy.
I will create, but not the one in front of the video camera. I do like photographs, but yeah.
Your father spoke a lot. He took Sri Lanka to the world. Your brother is a filmmaker. You can't stop Buddhi from talking. But you're the opposite.
Yeah, Ayya and Tata, they are natural speakers. They can think of anything and talk about anything.
For ours.
Yeah, and they talk very well.
Your mother is as quiet as you are.
I'm not quiet. Who said I'm quiet?
She's
No,
not
sorry.
quiet,
I meant not talk at all. Not very talkative.
Avoid the camera.
Oh.
Avoid the video camera.
Lights off, cameras off. Okay, she starts talking. Where do we start?
Let's start from the beginning of Buddhi Batiks.
Okay.
The beginning of Buddhi Batiks. How did all happen?
So Buddhi Batiks started around 1970. My parents were married. Amma wanted to create a batik shirt for my father. So it's quite a romantic story actually.
Okay.
So she commissioned it out to somebody in our village.
Which is?
In Koswadia.
Okay.
And but he never delivered it on time at least. So then thought that at that time he was a journalist but also naturally an artist. He said, oh, let's get together and
Try it out. Oh.
Yeah, let's make a shirt together, batik shirt together. And then they did, and that was the beginning of Buddhi Batiks because it came out so nicely. A lot of people had been asking about, hey, we would like to get a shirt
So they
done
had
like this
zero
too.
Knowledge about batik.
Batik is actually quite an easy craft to do from home if you know how to.
Explain.
But also,
How easy?
well, I mean, it's about getting the mix of the wax and then the dye. So you can, if you can draw something, anything, you draw with wax. You have a tool shunting or even a brush, anything, and then it's like do you remember when we were kids?
Tie and dye.
Huh?
Tie and
tie
dye.
and
No,
dye
it's
is
not tie and dye.
different.
So do you remember when we were kids in school, they used to ask us to draw on paper with a candlestick, and then we would put food coloring.
Yes.
So it's something like that. Wax resist dyeing technique. So basically, you draw with wax, then you dip it in dye, and then where the wax goes on, the dye doesn't catch, and then you boil it off. So it's
So what is tie and dye? What's the difference?
tie and dye. You tie to resist the dye go in.
So, but you can't get intricate designs like this in tie and dye.
It's like how you tie
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Like you can tie it in different ways, and then you.
So one-off pieces in tie and dye, but in
Also
batik,
batik.
but in batik you can similarly draw and you can
absolutely.
Yeah.
But then it's even if you draw it
Freehand,
with
right?
even if you draw with a pencil and draw on top of that, like the craft artisan who's drawing on top of it might
has his own unique way of
yeah,
drawing.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. How much weight you put it, how much wax you put on it. So it's each
Depends on everything.
Yeah, that's why I'd like to call it wearable work of art.
So your brother he chose a different path, but you stuck to the family craftsmanship, I would say. Why?
But actually, both went in family business because it wasn't intended. I was born into Buddhi Batiks because when I was born, Buddhi Batiks was already there. My parents had started, they had a good business going, and it was my backyard. So I say, you can actually say batik is in my blood because I used to, every day after school, I used to go and play with the craft artisans. I'd take my lunch plate, and then I'd eat their food, we'll exchange food, and then there was all these dogs and cats, because at a Pansalakata wage, everybody used to bring the doggies and cats and leave there because there were so many people to feed them. And I used to dress even the doggies up in batik clothes.
Really?
And, yeah, as a bridal couple. It started back then.
Okay. Okay.
And but going back to what you asked me, so Buddhi Batiks, and we had Darshana Cinema. Although we swapped the names, as in Buddhi, he took over the cinema. Well,
Darshana and Darshi. Okay.
yeah, Darshana
Cinema.
and
Yes,
I took
yes.
the Buddhi Batiks.
Famous
Yes.
Darshana Koswari.
That's so nice.
Yes.
I
But
mean-
it was not intended. But my parents were super cool. Even back in the day, they were much ahead of time. I mean, somebody doing fashion design even without a scope in the sense of, unless I, took over the batik business and make it into clothing. And only question my father asked was, maybe do you want to do interior design? I said, no, I like fashion design. He said, okay, fine. And then even for Ayya, I think he was one of the first people to actually go and study cinema.
Filmmaking,
Yeah. One of the few. Yeah.
At that stage,
Yes.
I like
at
how
that
you
time.
refer to your workers as craft artisans.
But they're more
They
like
are.
You
family,
don't say
right?
workers.
I
yeah.
mean, there's
You don't say
one person
workers.
who's been there for over 50 years. She's
Yes.
slow.
Before
she's
you were
slowly-
born. Oh my gosh. Like, wow.
Yeah, well, just about.
I was being polite.
But yeah, before I was born, she comes in
She's still
slowly
there?
now. She says it's way better than being at home, and she enjoys it. She comes in when she wants. I mean, she does come every day or almost every day, but most of them have been there for decades. There's some young people also. Now that is another danger, that with batik, less young people join the
Yeah,
craft.
my next question was, does the next generation come into batik as much as the previous generation?
Less so, but however, it's still got popular lately.
Lately, right?
Lately, it's
Yeah.
got popular. So yeah, but it's still a challenge to find team to work in batik.
What do you like to work on, silk or cotton, or
Actually,
Linen?
I like silk, cotton. We at Buddhi Batiks introduced silk satin and silk chiffons, silk georgettes, like different
yeah,
fabrics like
georgettes
that.
also nice.
To
Now, those
batik
georgettes
industry in Sri Lanka.
are very soft, thin,
Flimsy.
delicate fabric.
Yes,
So how
yes.
do you put this wax and twist and do all that? Doesn't it
very
break
hard
or
work.
tear?
No, it is difficult.
Patience.
Yeah, patience. It's a very slow. It's a slow
Process.
process. I mean, from the time we start creating our team of designers, there's a lot of research that we do. Especially we at Buddhi Batiks, we do a lot of R&D. Research into like what we are creating, and there's always a story behind what we are creating. So it's slow fashion for us, and even to create the batik itself, then we come up. I mean, sometimes you see new collections when you're doing. We have like this much file of like pieces
Swatches,
of fabric,
yeah.
swatches, trials. Like we will do this. Suppose for this sari, right? Like then we'll try it in a different color, and then if you don't like it, and then the technique that how the shading is done, right? In this, maybe we won't like it. Then we'll try another one. So
Lot
it's
of
a
trial
little
and error.
expensive, but that's why sometimes it gets added onto the cost of
The final product.
Yeah.
Talking of Batiks, we always think of names like Eric Suryasena, Vipula Dharmavardhana, and of course your father, Buddhi. No women in this industry.
Of course, in the recorded history, Soma Udubage was the lady who introduced batik to Sri Lanka. Batik has been done long time ago, but the modern batik in 1950s.
Really?
I had the privilege of meeting her like a few months ago, and she said she ran off to Indonesia because she wanted to actually learn in a ship. She went to Indonesia and learned, and she also later went to Shantiniketan and learned batik. She taught Sri Lankans nowadays what we call batik.
How have you modernized the craft of batik from your father's era?
My parents, to begin with, they were pretty cool. They've always did ahead of time. Whatever they did. Back in the day, can you imagine silk, batiks, lurex, bikinis. They exported bikinis in the 1970s to Seychelles. Right. So they
Batik bikinis.
Yeah.
they were pretty cool for their time. So I think this was like the innovation was naturally something that came to me.
You inherited it.
Yeah, from them. And for me to think out of the box, it was the obvious thing. And of course, I mean, being at one of the biggest apparel manufacturers, Brandix, after I studied fashion and textile designing, my first job was working at Brandix as a product developer, then as a
So you
designer.
came with experience which your parents did not have. You
No,
came
experience came later on.
Yeah,
Oh, when they
experience came.
when they started.
Well, I mean, as a fashion
they
designer,
started,
I had experience. 5 years I was at Brandix, and but then not as a batik artisan. I mean, batik artisans. My first mentors were my parents. I learned from them, and then the craft artisans at Buddhi Batiks. But it's quite an interesting story actually how I started doing, because I was already working at Brandix. But I wanted to create a batik dress for me because my parents by that time had moved on to other businesses, because after the tourism collapsed in Sri Lanka with the civil war, batik wasn't as cool in the global trend.
Not
also
as commercial as
yeah,
it
they had
was.
moved on to other businesses, mainly films and things, and moved to Colombo for my school also. And then anyway, it wasn't as cool as it used to be. So I wanted to create something different. And so I went looking for fabrics. Now, fabric knowledge I got while I was at Brandix. I learned so much about fabrics also. And I went around in the Maradana shops, Maradana country.
The Chinese shops.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So went around looking for new fabrics, and there was this really beautiful silk satin fabric. And they were like, "Are you making this fabric?" Nobody wanted, because it was like bright white, right, and shiny. So I was like, okay, let me try. Bought a couple of yards because it was only 100 rupees a yard at that time. 2 yards of this fabric I wanted to try.
You speak of yards and not meters, no?
Old fashioned. I don't know. So then I did some experiments, and this came out really nicely because, see, my first inspiration were orchids. It always comes even now, because we had a beautiful orchid garden in the backyard of Buddhi Batiks. Beautiful. And Tata and Amma used to bring orchids from all different countries around the world, and they used to have different types, different varieties. Beautiful. So I want to create, that's why orchids come to me naturally. And so we did this orchid batik, and it came out beautifully. Then I quickly go back to these Maradana shops and ask them, can I get the whole roll? They were like, oh my God, what are you going to do with this white shiny fabric? Yeah. You know, the funny thing was, it wasn't funny at that time. I was like quite surprised. They said, we sell these to line coffins.
I thought as much.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's why it was stock cloth fabric from the garment industry. That's why it was so cheap, 100 rupees a yard. So then I was like, oh.
It was like a sweep for you.
Yes, I bought the whole, because now it's 6,000 rupees a yard. That's
So
good quality.
one is wearing coffin lining.
No.
Don't put it like that.
A better version of that.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's used for multi-purpose, as of anything.
Now it has
Yes,
changed.
as with anything, yes.
Yeah.
And because nobody wanted this bright white fabric, shiny fabric. So anyway, now of course everybody knows about it, and now I don't get it at 100 rupees a yard, I think.
But the competition now it's grown so much that people copy, and there's a lot of duplicates happening. How do you keep up with that now?
Well, I mean, we are flattered actually at Buddhi Batiks. Initially, I was quite
Annoyed.
Taken aback, yeah.
I was a little sad because I was like, we are working so hard. By the time we do so much research, somebody just had to look at it and. But then, I always tell my team, we must be pretty
Trendsetters.
cool.
Yeah.
Trendsetters, because you look at brands abroad, international brands, but they are looking at us, Sri Lankan brands, looking at Sri Lankan homegrown brand. So we felt quite proud, and then we think, okay, let's do what is our next challenge, do something different. Sometimes it gets frustrating, but then it keeps us also on our toes. It keeps us
So you
to
become
create
your own
more.
competition and you do
Yes.
better.
Yeah, we are always striving to do something cooler, something different. What's the next big thing? So it's cool.
So how do you
It's
operate?
okay.
Collection by collection, or you come up with a season, or how do you operate?
Yeah, so we used to do 3 seasons per year, but from this year we are doing 2 seasons per year, because I think by the time we turn around, it's because there's so many variations of, like, I can do this red and black, I can also do it in yellow and pink, right? So by the time we do our own variations, we still want to create something, because
It takes time.
and also like we've done something really nice, we don't want to give up on it after like 4 months. We want to create some more with that. We want to play around, because we also get better with time. So
Sounds so interesting, no?
I know.
and also we don't follow trends, but we are aware of what's happening around the world in fashion, but we create our own theme. But then you can't live in the well like a frog. We need to
Oh my
Frog
God.
and looks at Kumar.
You looked at me.
you have an obsession with frogs, so but we need to be aware of what's going on in the world, but also we create our own trends, because we have so much of history, over 2,500 years in Sri Lanka, and then there's so much of history, culture and inspiration around us that we can create with.
There's enough for everyone.
Yeah, so far we are good with that. And
But now you have gone into like handbags, like what you are carrying, and then
Yeah, that handbag is
accessories
spectacular.
And, yeah.
Thank you.
It's
it
It's
has
really
a little,
nice.
you can
yeah.
put your phone.
I never
and
thought
lipstick.
it was a handbag initially when it was in the shop. I thought it was like an ornament or like a display item.
Yeah.
But it's fabulous.
Yeah, I love this actually.
And you do umbrellas now. You do what? Notebooks.
Umbrellas?
Yeah.
Well, that's a digital printed umbrella, but then from the Batik we start. It's a collaboration with umbrella.
Yes, I
yeah.
know that,
So
yeah.
then with raincoat.
Slippers.
But yes,
She has belts, slippers, bags. She's trying out a lot of new things. If you go to the shop, you go crazy.
Yes, what you're wearing is a
Yeah.
Darshi creation,
Yes,
right?
Darshi creation.
Yeah.
And honored to. I was able to wear it in
I was
Paris.
honored
I know you
to
were in
create it for
Paris.
you. We were honored to create it for you. Yeah.
So also Darshi, if I say pick one clothing item that is your favorite to create batik, what will it be?
Sari.
Sari for
Yeah.
sure, huh?
Sari for sure. Yeah.
So this sari, you've worn it how many times?
I got this. Actually, this was done as a fabric for a dress.
Okay.
6 yards. It wasn't 6 yards. It was 5 yards.
Black.
Well, black can.
It came the way it is.
No, the fabric was. So it was a white fabric, and then we created into this fabric, this batik. Then it was this 5 yards, but I thought, my God, this would look so nice as a sari. And then about 6 months ago, I got it done as a.
So 5
added
yard
a
sari.
1 yard
Oh, okay.
extra, and then created into sari. And that's why I don't have a matching blouse, but then I contrasted it with the red and added a little red piping here, so that kind of blends in. I've worn it about 5-6 times already because I love it.
So you repeat clothes.
Absolutely. If I spend money on it, why wouldn't I repeat it? And I only got it
It's
because
like
I
an
love
investment,
it,
you know?
right?
Yeah.
So if your clients also repeat the clothes they buy from you, you wouldn't be selling less.
Yeah, but you invest in something good
Quality,
that lasts.
yeah.
Quality. That's what we believe in. You spend on quality. You buy less, but you invest well, and then you repeat it. You
And
pay
you
for
style
it.
it in a different
You can
way,
wash it.
yes.
You can dry clean it, and then why not wear it? And the whole reason you buy it because you love it, right? So then
It's
and
a waste
also
to
it's
just
better
wear it
for
once
the
and then,
environment, and
yeah.
it's better for the planet Earth.
Yeah, that's another thing we wanted to ask you about the waste water and how do you get rid of the chemicals and the whatnot that goes into making of batik, because
Environmental pollution.
is
So
now
say.
on a
Yeah, so this actually, so after I left Brandix, and then 10 years later, I think, I started consulting with MAS, and there I learned so much about, because it was at that time they were starting early about looking at what goes into the environment and how to keep the environment clean, recycle, all that, to be a greener plant. I mean, obviously, Brandix also did it. And so something that I learned from both places. And at that time, I understood what it means to look after the environment. So with the money I earned at MAS, I invested it back onto creating a water purifying little unit at our Batik workshop. And so we clean the water before we release it to the environment. And recently we are working with another company who has very kindly come forward to help us even use that for reuse the fabric, like for to water the plants. Yes, upcycle the water, recycle. Yeah. So it's very important to us. I mean, it's a journey. I'm not saying we are completely clean, but as in, environment.
Try as much as possible.
Yes, but we are on a journey on cleaning up whatever, without, creating a circular economy, even within whatever we create. Now, these are leftover pieces of fabric that we use. We make necklaces, we make
zero wastage.
Bags. I won't say zero
Minimum
wastage, but
Minimum.
we are trying to minimize it. We are on a journey and we are learning as we go. And then we'd like to share that knowledge with others as well. And that is something that we are very passionate about.
So all your craft artisans at Kosvadia are from the village, from the area?
Most of them are. Actually, some only a few people come in a bus even, because most of them walk, because they are quite
Really?
close. Most of them are sometimes relatives also. And from the time my parents started Buddhi Batiks, there have been a lot of relatives, a lot of neighbors who worked with us. Now they've become entrepreneurs, and we sometimes
Outsource?
we haven't started outsourcing batik, but that is something that I'm looking at, because it will create a better economy for our village also. And this is something that this year that we want to do.
You seem to love your village a lot.
Absolutely, that's where I'm from. Kosvadia is a really cool place. You should actually, I'd love to invite you both to
We
come
are
and
coming.
To plan
visit.
to go there.
Yeah,
We are coming.
and create your own batik. So we have this experience well, it's not a center, it's our batik workshop. It's nothing newly created. It's come experience creating a batik with us. And
So is it open for everyone?
so we've had it open for a while, but now we are looking at maybe creating a little economy out of it.
Why
to
not?
Especially for the
anybody who
foreigners
wants to
who
come,
love to
and
have the
then,
experience.
experience, and at a fee you can have Sri Lankan
Fabulous.
vegetarian food. And
that's
then
another thing
cow
about Darshi.
muyala, like unu cow, because they are.
Wow.
Darshi is a vegetarian or a vegan?
I'm a vegan now.
Vegan,
Yeah.
That's different. Now you have pol roti there.
Yes, we can give you pol roti, pol penny. We can give you everything.
Rosanna, you're quiet. Surprisingly.
No, I'm okay with Darshi's pol roti, not the Paris pol roti that you are
There's
trying
no
to
difference
offer
in
me.
Paris pol roti and Darshi's pol roti. Come on.
I'd rather eat unu pol roti here than take my pol roti days after, eat it in Paris on a train.
Oh, yeah. Kosvadia Darshi can give you good pol roti.
So you became a vegan after Johan came into your life, or before?
No. I was a vegetarian.
Your mother is, I know that.
Yeah, my mother is, my brother is.
Yeah,
We
even
kind of
Buddhi
became
is.
vegetarians at about the same time,
Okay.
over 30 years ago. But vegan about 8 years ago, because I just felt sorry for the
What do you eat? Or what do you have to eat?
ice. No, but actually, being vegan is quite easy.
Even your
because
daughter
Sri
is a
Lankan-
vegan now?
No, she's a vegetarian.
Vegetarian,
She
okay.
eats egg, and
Explain
Johan eats egg.
Vegan to me? So,
So no animal products.
only plant-based.
Only
No
plant-based.
milk, dairy?
No dairy
dairy,
milk.
nothing.
No, but it's actually quite easy now. Bhat curry is vegetarian unless you cook fish or meat or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think
So
I-
flour-based
I
bread
can
is
do
okay. All the string hoppers and those things are okay.
Yeah.
Curries are okay.
Yeah.
So-
As long
so
as it's vegetables.
What do you avoid? You avoid dairy from animals.
Dairy, eggs.
Cheese,
Dairy
eggs,
from animals,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, dairy.
cakes.
Yeah, my mother-in-law
Eggless
makes
cakes.
Eggless
Yes,
cakes.
I've
She's
heard
so
of that.
kind. Actually, she's been very cool because even when we got married, I didn't eat eggs because I was a vegetarian.
So
And she made a little just for us to cut and eat at the wedding was eggless wedding cake. And now she makes me vegan cake. She's the coolest mother-in-law.
Oh, so nice to hear this.
Shall we try big vegan?
Talking about a mother-in-law like this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
you
What role does your husband play in not your life, but in your batik life?
Well, I mean, he
He's the
says
pillar of-
you never listen to me. But no, he honestly is. Without him, I couldn't have done it because he's very supportive. And also, they're talking about work-life balance. There's 100%, and then either you give more or less, right, with the family, with the kid. So he's always there, help to manage that because he manages time way better than I do. I just dilly-dally, I do it in 3 hours, he does it in half an hour. Yep.
your
Who's
love
the,
for
men-
who is the
thing or
saner
is it-
person? Who is the saner person? He or you?
Do
I'm
you
sure it's
even
him.
have to ask?
I'm sure it's him.
It's him,
It's him,
definitely.
yeah.
You have not seen the Darshi behind
No, I can.
backstage.
I can fathom her now.
No slippers.
So, but very interesting, I must say. Very interesting, and she's full of thoughts, experimenting even at the last minute. So I have to tell Darshi, they have to get on stage. Sometimes I have to
I
pull
don't
the
hear
model
anybody
out.
else. It's
Yeah.
really crazy. I tune out all
Yeah.
the noise.
Okay.
I can't
Even
hear
time,
anybody.
she doesn't.
Yeah, well, time, that's another thing.
Nothing. So
I
I
tune
have
out
to
time.
keep reminding
Although I was
her.
very early.
Yeah.
I'm on a mission to create that reputation
Yeah, she
early.
was 1 hour early, and I was like, wow, she
Yeah.
came 1 hour early.
Yeah, that wasn't by mistake.
The start of
intentional.
2026.
Yeah, it is my New Year thing,
Roseanne, you took her close to Paris.
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
For that
So she
show?
did 2 segments in Paris for Sri Lanka and Europe. And she did this dress, very interesting dress. You can wear it in so many different ways. It's just one design, but creates about 20 designs?
Even more, actually.
Even more, yeah.
multi-way dress. It's fun, actually.
Yeah.
I suppose for all 15 people, you
Yes,
wore the same
different
dress, but different drapes.
ways of wearing it. So she's very creative in that sense. And
Blessed with the best team.
another thing about Darshi is she gives credit to everyone around her.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody?
No, but
No,
like
no.
everyone around you.
Lots don't.
And I like the fact that you have this passion for dogs. Is it only for dogs or animals?
No,
in-
any animals. That's why I don't eat them. But no.
Sweet.
But yeah, dogs especially. Gosh, we have 5 rescue dogs and 1 doggy that my friend gave me, and I'm trying to get another dog. Then Johan is like, I think it a lot now. This seriously, it might affect our marriage now if I get any more dogs because he complains that there's no space. Now 3 are in Koswadi at
bed
the
also,
workshop.
the dogs?
The other 3 are on our bed.
No, that's so
Yeah,
unhygienic.
If you're a dog lover, you won't say that.
No. Yeah, they're
He's a
it's
frog
just-
lover? No, he
yeah,
let the
so you
frogs
have
on
frogs
breaks.
on your bed. So they are hygienic.
No, he's with
I
the
have
dead
400
frogs.
frogs.
Dead frogs.
400
He started
plus.
this
Do you
liking
stuff
after
them?
he saw this dead frog. He bought this dead frog home, framed it, and that's where this craze
And that's not
started.
weird at all.
No, it's
Yeah.
not. It's
Not
pretty
at all.
normal.
No, it's not
It's
weird.
very
It's not like
sane,
having a dog on your bed.
Talk-
No,
Talking-
having a dog on our bed is really
Yeah,
bad,
really
right? Compared
bad,
to
yeah.
having a
Dead frog on your wall.
No, they're very clean. Talking of vegetarian, so I watched this film
Clean
called
and your
Balam-
frogs.
Balam Puri.
That's an old movie, right?
No, it's a new one. It's a new one. It's a new one with
Latest one.
Tumindu Durant and Ashan Das and people. And so there's this scene where they need to kill this man. Dilhani Ekanayaka and these 6 guys. So everyone says, when they tell her, why baran never? Ne mata be mama vegetarian. And we all like screamed out laughing. Oh my God. So
That
was a
sounds like my
sidetrack.
brother's movies. His movies are so funny. He's a
How
bit-
come you were never in any of those, or have you been in those
No.
movies?
I haven't not been interested. See, I avoided the
Entire-
video camera, right? Like as you
Your
can.
father in cinema, your
Darshana
brother in
films.
cinema.
I used to go and watch the
All
movies,
those films?
right? Back in the day when I was little. And then those days when, because it was actually the film, when the roll breaks, sometimes it breaks because some them are
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
And
The reels,
people
no?
used to
Yeah.
scream and
Yeah.
go, who?
Yeah,
I
we-
also used to
Boo the
Yeah,
own
yeah,
brother.
they hoot. Whistle and
I also used to do that in my father's film.
So you've seen all the films.
I used to watch all the movies. Actually, there are adults only movies that I
So
was
were you
not
allowed
like.
to
When
go
there's a lot of fights.
Okay.
Because
Fights are harmless.
yeah, well, but
Were
I
you-
was allowed horror movies. I used to watch horror when my brother used to watch.
Were you allowed to see Pembara Madhu?
Probably
It
not.
was small. But
I used to read this Sittara Pattara because we did a collection out of that also. Horeng, Hangila, because too much violence or too much romance in those Sittara Pattara.
romance.
Yeah, not allowed.
Odd kind of
Yeah,
romance.
yeah.
Indutta Balmita
So not
kind of
yeah,
something.
wasn't allowed.
Right.
And but Horeng Kiyoda. So we did a collection out of that also.
Really?
Yeah, recently, like our last collection, and came out.
So
very
where does one get
nicely.
to see these? Or are they all sold?
Yeah, it's the last collection, but that's why I said it's not long enough. Like when it's only 4 months for the collection, because we come up with something even cooler, like latter part of the collection, because we've really got into the rhythm of it. So that's why now from this year we are taking it for
So how
6
many,
months, but still
how many
it'll be
pieces
really
will
different.
be in a collection?
So it depends, like about 20 different looks, but
Saris only?
no,
different.
Mixed.
Yeah.
men's, women's, men's.
Oh,
and
the whole
women's.
works.
Yeah. But new silhouettes wise. But then we have classic silhouettes like the
Kaftans,
the kaftans. But there might be a variation.
Yeah.
Then there's a shirt dress. That is a big one for us. The wrap skirt is, back in the 70s when my parents started the wrap skirt. So there's a lot of like historical silhouettes
Do you have
that's
that
come
first
through.
ever shirt that your parents did?
Actually, no, I don't. But I created. See, my first piece was a shirt for my brother. Irene Kamenda. Like he loved it so much. Yeah, for his birthday, I created a batik shirt, and he loved it so much. I have a photograph. I'll show it to you.
Would you want your daughter to take up
That
after
was
you?
my next question. Third generation.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it's up
Is
to
she
her.
interested?
She is creative, but she's more of a. She's taken Johan's part. She plays the piano. So Johan did part of his degree was piano music, classical music, and economics. So now she plays the piano and she also sings in the choir. I used to sing, but I have no idea. Maybe people liked me. That's how I got to the choir. Maybe. This is a question Johan asks.
This is the real Darshi.
The voice is actually my father and my brother, not my mother and I.
Darshi, you said you're camera shy and you cannot speak in
You've
front
been
of a camera.
performing, it's been 35 minutes. You've been
You
performing
know,
very
we
well.
have exceeded
I mean,
our
you just,
time.
we've gone overboard. We've
We are
gone
just
over time.
going.
Then shut
Yeah,
up.
no. But
yeah, it's
it's all in your
interesting
mind.
That maybe it's
I
both
told
of you who got
You talking.
got me talking.
That means
So
you
that
don't
gives
like
the credit
all
to
your.
you. Yeah,
That
you, the both
means
of you.
you
But
are.
amazing. You shouldn't say no to TV programs anymore.
Yes,
Yeah.
This is the start. 2026. Invite Darshi for all the TV shows.
Natural, spoke well, did not get stuck, nothing.
Yeah.
The
Just
flow
flowed.
was very nice.
I was watching you
thank
from
you.
here.
Thank you.
Amazing.
So thanks to you both.
Oh, we'll take the credit.
Yes, of course. Because of us.
Thank you
Teamwork.
so much, Darshi. We
In
learned a
return,
lot.
we shall host us at Kosvadia with all the
Absolutely.
gummy
Please.
cameras and all those things.
Yes, I've been trying to get you to come, but and actually,
So do you
we've
all
been
cook
trying
fish
to,
there? You all cook fish
No,
there?
you get vegetarian. food, sorry.
Vegetarian.
Okay.
One
Yeah,
day,
yeah, one
Kumar.
day.
One
Hari,
day,
hari,
one
hari.
day,
One day. Because it's
Make me a
it's like
kosata
the
malu.
cool vegetarian. There's like all this. I'm getting on that bandwagon of like it's a nice the new gen
Of course.
vegan vegetarian thing.
So she's
I'm promoting
creating
it like
another
that.
trend.
Yeah,
So get on that trend now.
Yes.
Enough of this meat.
yeah. It's
eating
healthier
and-
for you.
You sound like the next door auntie.
Yeah, I am the next door auntie, remember? Thank you.
We are the next aunties. We are the aunties.
Let's thank her and finish it. Otherwise,
So, okay, you close.
okay, 2026 has dawned, and we are so happy to have you on the show. Kumar, you can take on from here.
So, good luck with your journey, taking your father's name into the next so many years. We're going to come there and enjoy and I want to watch how batik is made. So, good luck in your journey. All the very best. And thank you very much for accepting our invitation and being a part of the show. You performed really very well. I'm telling you.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for having me here.
Until next time. Next Friday, same time. You know where to watch us. Bye.
Au revoir.
Ah, it came.